So I wanted to talk to you today about really getting what you desire. And a really important question that I'm going to ask you today is really, first off, do you believe, hey Christine, deeply in miraculous, divine, instant healing? That's the first question. Do you believe in it? You can post below. And do you believe that you can have it? And then next, do you believe that you can absolutely have everything that you desire with ease, love, grace, that you don't need to be anymore in order to receive it? So usually the process of manifestation and getting what we want in life, we usually tend to feel like we need to change ourselves. What we really don't need to do that, right? We need to, yes, you do believe it. Yes, it's coming in. Yeah, absolutely. And so sometimes though, you'll believe it and there'll be this subconscious block. So if you just attune to that and really tap into yourself, I want you to take a moment. You can close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and just ask yourself, I believe it, but am I fully allowing myself to receive that now? Because usually there may be a little bit of a wobble around it, and that's great because it's just this level of awareness. Oh, okay, there's some sort of resistance, or we're just we're not aware of a little block that we might have. And so I think in the process of ascension and healing, the process of manifestation and getting what we want, building our businesses, having juicy divine relationships, one of my divine women in my Diva mind, which is my high-end empire Diva mind, it's that beautiful immersion that we have, she was saying, and I've seen this happen time and time again with myself during my transition up higher and higher. She keeps getting sick, and yes, I'll come to that, Christine. She's been getting sick, right? So it's like she'll start making money and then she'll get sick. So whenever I see that and identify that is like a pattern of a block whereby it's still the sacrificial energy. So it's like I can have more abundance in this area, but I have to give it up in another area. And it's usually where we're very unconscious to this, and it shows up in illness. It might show up in loss in other ways. You may attract a client that's really not for your highest and it becomes really heavy. You may have drama in your personal life, right, where it's just not loving and juicy. So it's like you're paying a price. Okay, so when you have awareness around it, you can just begin to start to release it and see that for yourself and go, okay, I'm still feeling like I have to pay a penalty for the ascension, for more money, for more abundance. And I'm just going to stand with myself and hold myself sacred and allow it to really release in every single cell of my being. So just through the action of being with yourself and being in a loving divine presence and not attacking yourself, hi Kelly, hi Jocelyn, around feeling that, right? And having something that you need to work on, but being in a really loving, beautiful, gentle state and just activating a divine release. You can just say, I now command a divine healing release in every single cell of my being from past lifetimes, this lifetime, future rounds of existence. I now send it up into the higher dimensions to be transmuted into divine light. I release myself, I liberate myself into a whole new frequency of divine love, divine presence, of divine abundance, of divine riches, of just absolute divine ease and grace. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If there's ever an area in your life where you're making it really hard, there is a struggle code. There's a struggle kind of vibration going on. And we all have it, myself included. Every single day I'm ascending to a new level. So I'll ask, what do I really want now? What is that next higher level vibration for me? What do I need to release? And what do I need to claim in order for me to have rapid divine healing and abundance? What do I need to release and claim to have everything that I want now? Not down the line, not even in, like obviously things take time to transmute and to come into fruition, but if we believe in divine miraculous healing, that's why when people come to work with me, when they're really ready, they have such a flow, like in terms of new client attraction. Hey, gorgeous Peru. Hi, Caroline. It's very fast, and it's usually because they've made that conscious divine choice to allow it to be fast. They're also coming into a frequency of my vortex, which is incredibly fast. Because I want it to move quickly, So if you're feeling stagnation, hey Sally, if you're feeling stagnation or heaviness, just be with yourself and ask, what do I need to release? What dormant forces or powers or toxic codes am I carrying that are no longer serving me, that I am now deeply empowered and deeply committed to releasing? Hey everyone. So you might want to share that with me now. You can if you want. So you can have it all. You can have it all. You can have it all. And you can say it every day. I am now creating all that I want. I'm now creating all that I want. I'm now creating all that I want with grace. With grace, with grace, with grace. I remember when I started making a lot more money, out of nowhere, I had this, one day I was like walking along, everything was fine. My daughter was pretty little and we were at the beach and I got this massive paranoia kind of attack, and I've never had it before in my life. And I was worried about my husband getting eaten by a shark, so I had to have him, wear a shark shield. I was worried about my daughter being safe, so that if I went on a date with my husband, that she'd be safe and well taken care of, which I think is a normal fear that so many women and mothers have. We love our kids so deeply. It is our responsibility to make sure that they're safe. But it was kind of this real fight, flight, full-blown kind of, hey, Kelly, attack of fear. And it only started to come up when I started to ascend more and have more lushness in my life. And it was once again going back to what I was talking about at the beginning of this video, which was all about paying a price, paying a penalty. I hope you guys can relate to what I'm saying. So, if you were to say manifest 5 new clients in the next, say, 5 days, that's a new client every single day of the next 5 days, and it was really easy and lush and juicy and amazing, what do you need to release and what do you need to claim? Take your time to process it, feel into it, meditate on it. I'm sending you so much love. And if you want to reach out to me, or get on a call with me or someone on my team looking at working with us, if you haven't already, absolutely do that. I'm doing a little bit of private work at the moment. I don't normally do it. I feel like I want to do some. I do show up obviously a lot in my groups and my paid groups and my programs. I'm doing a little bit more consulting just at the moment, just because I feel like it. I have a lot of space. Hey Solara, you've been coming up in my vortex. So the work that I do is really deep. It's energetic, it's strategic. I'm incredibly psychic and visionary. So when I'm downloading business strategy, it's like, and then I'm analyzing frequency and energetics and emotionality and wounding. I get words and messages, and so we always work energetically as well. And I have a team of healers that work with me. I used to do a lot more healing work. I'm more of an activator. I don't do a lot of it personally, but I have a whole incredible team of women that I've known for a very, very long time who also help with that, because I found that in my practice, when I'm going really into messaging and strategy and video and voice and ads and funnels and positioning and offers, copywriting, that also doing that at the same time became quite draining. I've also got a membership healing called $1 Million DIVA. It's $97 a month, which I'm really proud of. And we do 4 to 6 classes, 4 to 6 hours. I think it's about 6 hours a month, with beautiful divine priestess healing activations. I then have 6 Figure Diva, which is my next level. We have 2 live classes every single week. Hey, gorgeous. And then we have my higher levels, which is beautiful. Someone just said to me, a man who's looking at working with me, who's just partnered up with one of my women in High-End Empire. Love your work, Solara. Beautiful energy, powerful priestess. And anyway, they've partnered up. She's been doing really well in my High-End Empire, and they've come together and they're carrying the torch together with their new programs, and he came to want to work with me, and we're just sort of negotiating that at the moment. I'm looking at what's the best, starting point for him and her and all that kind of stuff. Because it's not really about selling the person the biggest offer or anything like that for me. It's really about making sure that it's at the right level so that they can get the transformation, they can have what they need now, and then they can keep going from there. So really ascertaining what's in their best interest, and then it's in my best interest, right? So he says to me, so how do you get people to pay you a lot of money? And I said, well, I don't get people really to pay me a lot of money, because the work that we do, and this is what I want you to sit with within yourself, the work that we do is so deeply juicy. People call me incredibly generous, and I am, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I know what I'm doing, and I have a team of support, and we have other coaches working, and it's pretty intensive in the way that we provide our programs. And so it's not really, that's the biggest shift, and I was sort of coaching him at the same time. It's the biggest shift that you need to make. It's not a lot of money when you offer an incredible divine transformation. Obviously, it's always a co-creation. Everyone has to co-participate in that transformation, but it's really a small fraction of what it's worth. And that's something that I really want women to get for themselves as well. When you're going to sell your own work, you really have to, it's not ego to value yourself and your work. More the value of your work and the transformation and the journey and the space holding that you provide a client. It's not ego. It's just your divinity, aka diva, divinity, not a homage to Mariah Carey. It's about coming and claiming yourself. Women are told not to do that. We're told to really discount mostly. Discount, don't look like you like yourself too much. Don't talk too much about your work. Don't go on too much about yourself. Be humble, be humble. I was speaking to a beautiful friend of mine, which I wanted to share it with you. She said it's really interesting, the word to be humble. If you even feel like, I have to be humble is a good way to be. It's actually, you're already putting yourself on a pedestal, because you're saying actually that you are better than somebody else. You have to act humble. Isn't that an interesting standing point? It's like, why can't we just be in full presence, actually not put ourselves on any sort of ego trip, but to actually have full presence and appreciation of self, while we have full appreciation of others and what they contribute, right? No one is better than the other. It's not that. So, but to be humble already puts you on a pedestal, because you're thinking that you have to in some way diminish self or lower self, or play it kind of, okay to not look like you have any sense of pride or ego, already is putting you in a position of hierarchy by playing that. So it's just one of those sort of social conditions that so many women are fed. So it's a lot more enjoyable living a life where you actually feel gentle and kind and loving and honouring of self as you are gentle and kind and loving of others. What you feel for yourself, you can then give and pass on, right, from a very full cup. So I'm sending you guys so much love, a million divine blessings. Reach out to me if you want to on PM. Apply for a chat with one of my divas if you want to. Hi, Lauren. Some people that are here that already work with us. Sending you so much love, and have a beautiful divine day. I'm going to go off into the sun and just spend some time with my daughter today, resting for the rest of the day. Okay. Blessings.